So here, because I know you are businessmen, and businessmen like money, I will talk about money, not just other issues. Business needs three things. Number one, production of a good or a service. You produce a good or a service of good quality and so on. Secondly, you convey that product to the market, or somehow you get the people to access the service. If it is a good, it needs transport by road, by rail, by sea, by air. If it is a service, it needs to be accessed somehow, either electronically or otherwise. Number three, market. Somebody must buy what you produce in order for that business to be successful. Now, within the production, we in Africa, we are pointing out that there are two levels. There's the production of the raw materials, and then production by adding value to the raw materials. So therefore, these are the 4 points I want to highlight for this conference. In Uganda, we are able to produce a lot of things. Uganda is right on the equator. One part of Uganda is north of the equator, another part is south of the equator. We therefore belong to both the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. We are also somehow lucky because we have got a high altitude. The lowest part of Uganda is about 650 meters above sea level, and the highest is more than 5,000 meters above sea level. That's how you find that we have got snow all the year round, right on the equator. Now, that climate enables us to produce all sorts of things. There's nothing on earth that we cannot produce in Uganda that is produced anywhere. So therefore, we produce a lot of raw materials, of crops, especially starting with crops. We have food. You have heard that there are problems of food in the world, but we don't have a problem of food in Uganda. We are net exporters of food. We produce so much food. Bananas, potatoes of different types. This is what we call sweet potatoes, which I don't think you know here. And what sometimes we pull strings in the United States using our relatives who are there, and we get some trade concessions. Therefore, some years ago, we negotiated with Mr. Clinton and President Obama and all the others. They have maintained that free access to the American market. It is called AGOA, African Growth Opportunity Act. It provides for tax-free access and quota-free, tax-free, quota-free access to the American market for 6,500 products. They can give you the details. If you produce something in Uganda, it can enter the American market, quota-free, tax-free they can give you those products, 6,000 of them. I think there are 6,000. Then we have also got, with the European Union, we have also got agreement with them regarding the EBA, everything but arms, that if you produce something in Uganda, it can enter the European. Although I still hear they have some taxes on processed coffee and so on. We have also got relations with the Chinese. Chinese are our good friends, and they also give us trade access for quota-free, tax-free. So therefore, all the ingredients of making money. Then, of course, there are other things that for the production you need electricity. That one we are worked on it. We have got many dams on the Nile. We have got also other sources of power, solar. We are also building a nuclear power station with our Russian friends. So we are not going to lag behind on the issue of power. We have got geothermal. We have oil also. We've got some oil, but we shall not use oil so much for electricity. We shall use that petroleum for vehicles, but also for the plastics and so on, and for fertilizers, making fertilizers, the ammonia. So therefore, we have all the inputs, but what we want from friends is entrepreneurship and capital. Entrepreneurship is the capacity to have spectacles to see opportunity. Many of the people, their spectacles are not working. That's why the Chinese, our Chinese friends are very, very, very active people. They come and they see opportunity, and you hear they have moved. I would like that spirit of good eyesight to infect also our European friends, starting with our Serbian friends, because the Serbians are from Masho Tito. Masho Tito was a very good friend of Africa. That's why we are here. This is a delegation of the Ugandans. They will tell you what is available. Things grow very easily, especially agriculture. Things grow very easily in Uganda.
And I would like to thank the President Musavani for that, and to say that thanks to his strength and always his support, it's quite certain that Serbia can count on their friends in all international forums and institutions and so on, and vice versa. You can always count on our support. What is important for us is to get the agricultural institutes to be busy, because we still have about 80% of arable land which is available, and we can give a lot more through our know-how and our various institutes that have seeds available for all of this. So I'm sure that we will be of great help. As President Musavani said, they have an agreement with Europe, the Everything But Arms agreement, and as far as we are concerned, we are not members of the EU. We are on the European path, but we are ready to discuss arms, ammunition, and everything else as we have in the past. We are not hiding that. You are allowed end users. We have a good military industry. We are able to talk about the transfer of knowledge and so on. We have a strong military industry, and they make very good and very efficient products, which I could say a large part of the world wants. What is also very important when it comes to the construction sector, Mr. President, we are ready, and you spoke about Energoprojekt, but we are ready for other companies to be involved for the construction of various capacities on the territory of Uganda. And our construction sector, after many years or many decades of really going under, you can see from where you are located in Belgrade what we have managed to build in the past few years. And you can see the rise of the Serbian construction business, and in every sense of the word, we can be there for your ambitious project, 4.9% growth for Uganda. That's perhaps in Uganda, there's people that think that you should do more, but in Europe, that's wow, that's really something big. In Europe, it's a 0.7 to 0.9%, and if it's not much, wow, that's good. But you can compare that to the growth in Uganda and see how fast Uganda is developing. There is another important area, and that is the digital software industry, computer sector, and I think that in that sense we've achieved great results. And President Musavani, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that when I became Prime Minister, our economy was 11% of the GDP, and we had at that point only 3.5% participation of the software industry, the computer and so on. Now it's almost 10%, and the software industry is that much. 6% is agriculture, so that shows you how much Serbia has changed and how much we've managed to do in the past. The growth of agriculture is no less than it was before. It tells you how much we've managed to grow in the other sectors, how much we've achieved, all of which I am very proud of. What is also what represents room for cooperation are the sectors of medical and energy sectors. Wherever we can cooperate in that sense, wherever we can establish cooperation, it's very important. It's good that we have people from Bratislava to Micha Selector and all the others who work in Uganda who have some sort of bridge, friendship bridge between our people and our countries. And I believe that in the months and years to come, the sincere friendship that we share and that which you have established 36 years ago, we will very specifically continue growing in the interest of the citizens of Uganda and Serbia. And I believe that other representatives of yours coming to Belgrade and the visits of our ministers, Momirovic and other ministers from our government to Uganda will additionally create contacts and establish relationships which businessmen from Uganda and Serbia will be able to take advantage of. And let me, in closing, say that all of our people should know that President Musavani respects very much private property. For all of you businessmen, this is very important. And without good private property, there is no good business. So there's many economies that rely on the state-owned property, but that's not the case in Uganda. And there are private investors, and that's very important, and that guarantees success to the economy of Uganda in the future. Therefore, I invite the Serbian businessmen, with the help of the Chamber of Commerce and the Serbian government, to participate in taking a look at all the various opportunities for investments in Uganda and with the Ugandan companies and the Ugandan government.
Fabrika za preradu sirovina, dakle za primjeni metoda, novih metoda uzgajanja poljoprivrednih kultura, pokretanje proizvodnje, na primjer, jako interesantno. Uganda ima dosta pametnu poljoprivredu za smart agriculture, tu je ministarka poljoprivrede. Upravo ono što smo mi dobro uradili, a neki od najboljih evropskih, da tamo zajedno sa svojim partnerima rade. Ono što je također zanimljivo i drago mi je da je tu i
I hope that we will not have to wait even a year and a half until your next visit. I really wish you great health and a lot of success. Thank you.
Zaista da vaše dobre odnose, političke odnose i Srbije i vaše lične stavimo i u funkciju